Hello. Yeah. So I'm home and there's nobody else in the house and I have nothing else to do. And I wanted to give a big apology to all of you on YouTube who didn't get to see the live stream last night. Thankfully, WWE released their copyright mark on it, so you can watch the archive now. But as an apology to those of you who couldn't watch live last night, I'm gonna stream some AWF for the next probably hour and a half. So let's go. Hello, Brenticus Maximus. Welcome.
Attention! Americans have the freedom of choice, and your choice for professional wrestling should be the American Wrestling
Federation. Whoa, yes. Tenha, baby. Hey, Midnight Fowler. I love them sinking the dude screaming, Mr. Hughes. Going, bleh. Look at all those kids that probably skipped school, stand there with Sergeant Slaughter. Wow.
Don't touch that dial, ladies and gentlemen. This is the place to be. The American Wrestling Federation. Welcome aboard. My name is Mick Karsh.
Hey, Jamie. Hey, again, sorry about last night. This is kind of a makeup stream for that. I know you were in the chat last night, Jamie, so I apologize. WWE was like, copyright. Hey, number one gunkle. Hey, lol, is it LOL's Ultra? Hell yeah. Rico Suave. That's how you say the money guy's name. Rico Suave. Here are a couple guys who I'm sure know their way around some non-real money. How did WWE drop the ball on Rico Constantino? I think it was they put a lot of value on his age. He was like 40 something when he got signed. Hey, Verb Abrams, welcome. Just in time to watch good old Tommy Rich with a robe that he probably bought at a flea market with his money laundering, fed, bribing buddy, Rico Suave. This is a semi-final bout in the AWA title tournament. Tito brought his El Matador jacket from home to look very fancy. Gotcha, Lulz Ultra. You can't, yeah, that's a good point. The Billy and Chuck gig was pretty damn good. This was a one-man operation trying to do something with the lightning. Yeah, that'll have to do for now. Yes, Tommy Rich's robe looks like somebody bought like a $20 drape at Target and sewed some armholes.
We also have cornermen there to help their wrestlers. We have a 1-minute break between each round, and right here we're going into the semifinal. Touch a referee disqualification over the
good on Tito. Being a real baby face, kissing the women.
And also a low blow is also a disqualification. Speaking of low blows, thanks for another shot. We're not 4 minutes into the program, and you're doing it already. Every week, ladies and gentlemen, as this tournament has progressed, the fans have gotten more and more involved, and over the past week, the cards and the letters and the phone calls, the interest.
We need more working grannies, working kids. Enough of these people with the video game signs.
Every major singles title in our great sport. He has never been a world champion, and I think that's why he's in the American Wrestling Federation, to change all that. Well, no question about it. One of the odds-on favorites now in this tournament, and a great reversal into the hammerlock, and Tommy Rich.
Oh gosh. I hate you, Terry Taylor, with every fiber of my being. I've seen a little bit of West Coast Pro. I'm a big fan of what I've seen. They did a pretty dope, I think it was their last show, they had a really dope Lucha Trios match. One of those rare, like, indie spot matches where, like, everything hits, and everything's cool. Hey, Nico. Absolutely. I love when a crowd is suspending their disbelief. Cheering the goodies, booing the baddies. The six rounder. I love that that's a phrase that we can use. Six rounder. So real quick PSA for the YouTube folks. So unfortunately it looks like WCW Deep Cuts Live won't be a live thing for YouTube any longer because I got a real scary email. They were like, hey, if you break copyright on a live stream again, we could stop your uploading rates. And shit, that sucks. So what I'm gonna try to do is, some irregular, like maybe once or twice a month, do streams like this with shows like the AWF or like other like the stuff that like wouldn't get dinged by the copyright overlords. Just it's for the YouTube folks, so look out for that. I saw that they're doing a it's very cool, West Coast Pro. They're really good at like bringing in like folks that you never see doing meet and greets in America, like the Crush Gals. Yeah, Verb Abrams brought up the Crush Gals. That's really the Crush Gals. You cannot overstate their like impact in pro wrestling in their era. The crowd noise was absolutely pumped in for the AWF. Absolutely. Chris Hero is booking West Coast Pro. He's the matchmaker, quote unquote. Essentially, he's like he's producing the matches. He's putting together who's wrestling who stories. He's not running it. I forget the name of the guy who runs it, but my understanding is whoever runs the promotion has a lot of money, so like they can put on these stellar shows, and it's all about the art. Yeah, Hero does a lot of the tinkering backstage, a lot of the producing, the fine tuning. Tuesday show going forward is Twitch only, unfortunately. I wish I could make it live I wish I could simulcast both, but streaming the stuff that I stream, YouTube is iffy on it at best anyway. But I guess the live stream copyright ID match thing is like way stricter. Like WWE released the claim on the archive of last night's stream today, which is a first for me. But again, because I don't want to be on the air and then find out that my YouTube channel gets shut down, I'm gonna stick to not doing the Tuesday shows on Twitch, or doing the Tuesday shows just on Twitch going forward, and then doing like a couple random streams like this per month with stuff like the AWF. Or like I've got some Ozark Mountain Wrestling. It's pretty funny. We're hyping house shows. Come see the Cornermen. We're hyping. Come on out. See the Cornermen live. Meet an AWF Cornerman. Maybe they'll let you hold the water pail. That pompadour. I love the phrase pompadour. Hello, RIP Alive cast. Welcome. Yeah, I totally missed that. Like being a kid, flipping the channels in the 90s, And it's like, here is some wrestling I've never seen before. Like, kids these days, I always tell my son, only big wrestling fan, he has it so easy. Like, he can just Google exploding barbed wire deathmatch, and he has all of them available to him on YouTube. Oh, hey, Rob. I didn't know it was you. Hey, Rob. The British World Sport System influenced the AWF. My understanding was Chris Adams, when he signed Paul Alperstein, the money guy, was like, any ideas on how we can make this different? And Paul Alperstein and Chris Adams was like, well, in England we did rounds, and back then they didn't have like tapes where you could show the person what you're talking about. Paul Alperstein's like, oh, you do rounds like boxing? Okay, cool. So we're gonna make Tommy Rich do a rounds match. Yeah, so I'm gonna try every week to upload the streams to YouTube, like immediately afterwards. That's not gonna change. I'm like, it's weird. Like, the copyright ID match tool for like uploads is way less strict than the one for live streams, apparently. So yeah, the goal is to still upload the archives to YouTube. I love Tommy Rich's tights. They're great. Some Lululemon. And Rico Suave looking like a person who would have lots of Lululemon. Yeah, gosh darn Jesse Hernandez enforcing rules. How dare you? YouTube channel name is Not That Tom Green 1, because apparently a long time ago I took Not That Tom Green, but like the channel's closed, but they won't let me have the name. So it's Not That Tom Green 1. But if you search Not That Tom Green, I still pop up. So that's the YouTube name. Basically, Trunks are great. The commentators are Mick Karsh and Terry Taylor. Mick Karsh is the play-by-play guy. Terry Taylor is the jackass that's been doing impressions. Are you talking about Cleveland All-Pro? Lil's Ultra? There's Cleveland All-Pro. There's, God, what's the name of the other group? The group that brought in, like, Kevin Nash to wrestle Brody Lee. I forget. I think it's Cleveland. What is it? I'll search that up. I know.
All right, we are back for round 3. We got him on the ropes. This Taco Bell can't beat you. He's not that good.
You just said something like Taco Bell KFC. What?
What in the world does this guy know about professional wrestling and calling names and everything else? Oh!
Calling names? Okay, that is PWO, Pro Wrestling Ohio? That sound familiar? Oh, hell yeah, Scotland. Scotland's the best. Thank you for shouting them out, Nico. Scotland streaming tomorrow. 9 p.m. Pro Wrestling Potluck. Twitch.tv/Mr. Greenmist. Go give him a follow if you don't already. He's starting his month of rip-off Rumbles. Royal Rumbles by groups that are not the WWE. Tommy Rich essentially pinned him underneath the bottom rope. And he's like, why can't I pin him?
Why would you grab the ropes and risk the referee catching you and making you get off your opponent who's on his back? Well, luscious Tommy Rich now posturing to the crowd, nodding to Rico Suave.
Nodding to Rico Suave.
So important this matchup.
Seems like a guy you would nod to.
Next week we're gonna have a special referee. It's gonna be a 12-round encounter.
Just FYI, we're probably going to watch the show after the championship final today, because the next episode of this is one match that goes an hour with Tito Santana and Bob Orton, and it is alright. Like, it's decent, but it's an hour-long match. I don't know. It's hard to do what I do with like a really long, decent match. So we're just gonna skip to the next one that has some funny enhancement guys. It was not AAW, Nick. I know it wasn't AAW. It wasn't HW. I'm pretty sure it was Pro Wrestling Ohio. Was what Walls Ultra is talking about. Joe Dombrowski has some of that stuff on his YouTube channel. Hey, Optimum Vision. Tito's tights kind of look like they say Jito.
Oh, and he got out of the way. Did Tommy Rich. Santana head first into the turnbuckle. And that's part of what I was saying, is that acceleration and speed the pace up. You set yourself up for things like this where you can miss. You know, Terry, I am looking at Tommy Rich and thinking of the Tommy Rich of a few years
Is Tommy
back.
bleeding?
The transformation, the attitude.
What a weird match to get color in. Okay, maybe a little bit.
Something to behold. Yeah, and it's kind of disgusting. Because at one time,
Yeah, he's got a bit of blood underneath that hair. He's got some spaghetti. What my mom used to call it when blonde guys would bleed.
He's got a cut opened up on his head. He's bleeding above his left or his right eye. That shows you what kind of competition. The referee's gonna have to monitor this situation to make sure there's not too much blood.
It's causing all this.
He's at 3. What's that 3? No.
Okay, yeah, PWM. Okay.
And he did not hook the leg. Once again, you know, you talk. Wait a second now.
Tommy Rich is gonna choke a guy with sweaty tape.
Clearly, ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Rich went into his trunks for a foreign object, that tape or a chain. I'm not sure what he has.
No, he
there.
didn't go into his
It's
trunks.
off his
He pulled
wrist.
off his tape.
If you take that tape and roll it up, see how it's in real small around? It makes it very hard to break it.
Yeah, I don't. Tommy Rich doesn't have necessarily a full crimson mask. It's more like an eyes wide shut, like eye mask, that Zorro thing. I don't know why my mind immediately went to like sex orgy. And I've said it before, it must be so annoying to be the one fan in the crowd, the spotlight right on them.
Tommy Rich following up, doesn't hear the bell. DDT, oh my! Well, ladies and gentlemen, a man who's very interested in the outcome of this match is standing by with Ken Resnick.
Chris, I've certainly enjoyed sitting back here watching this match between Tito Santana and Luscious Tommy Rich with you, but I'm not certain if your mind is more scouting.
I would love to see them watching a match. They should have had a Twitch channel.
Well, right now, Ken, you know, I'm thinking
They're
about
very
Bob
cool.
Orton. You know, I made it this
Hey,
far.
Troy.
I feel honored to have made it this far, but I
Hello,
know
Troy.
now the
Yeah, Tommy Rich apparently cut himself.
Bob Orton, the second
Very
generation
weird.
wrestler, is
And
in
again,
the
not a
final
match where it
round.
would,
You know
like,
what? I'm
add
ready,
to it.
I'm waiting, and if I get through this one, I'm in the final, and then I will feel good, Ken.
And certainly the finals could well be up your alley. That a 12-round match. At any rate, let's get back.
Why would that
for
beat
the
up
next
Chris
round
Adams'
between Tito
alley?
Santana and Luscious
Sure,
Tommy
I mean,
Rich.
he's British, sure.
Well, back we are, ladies and gentlemen, and that DDT.
I love how Tommy Rich is like, oh, I can just cheat a lot now. It's the next round.
Tommy Rich gets rid of that wrist tape. He doesn't need it anymore. Tito Santana, oh, I can't believe that he's going for a it might be a submission now after that DDT.
It might be a submission. It wasn't before, but now it might be. And it's definitely not. He let it go. That was pointless.
Tommy Rich showing the wear and tear also with that gash on his head. Well, I have to wonder if President Paul Alperstein is going to do anything about that after the bell DDT. Rich climbing.
President Paul Alperstein. Bless his heart.
Santana tries to get to his feet, and he does. He's got Rich in a very precarious position. Oh, boy.
Bless your heart, Tommy Rich, for actually trying here. Hey, Mike Cicerone. Yeah, we're streaming some AWF. Like I was saying earlier, I felt bad for the folks who missed out last night on YouTube because of the copyright gods. So, I'm here for a bonus stream today. Yes, I said gash. Maybe I'll get kicked off of YouTube for that one. Hey, Mr. Sacco. That's not even, like, clever. Mean. I love how even the heel commentators like, I can't stand that guy. I hate him. He probably doesn't pay his taxes. I bet his wife really dislikes him. Oh yeah, happy being home early. That's the same situation with me. I'm home early from work. Thus we are here. I'm sitting here with a bottle of water, with you all watching the AWF. Tommy Rich is now. Here comes Sergeant Slaughter wearing his hall monitor jacket. Also, the size of that chain, what would it have done? Would have been kind of annoying at best. I'm sure Tommy, or not Tommy Rich, Terry Taylor loved Poetic Justice. Sure, he thought it was a great film. 1995. I'm sure under Sarge's breath he's always saying puke, slime, and or maggot. Right there. That's. Like, he should have just let him have it. Let him have the chain. I'm glad I can be here for your day off, Midnight Power. And the AWF can be here for you as well. That'd be a great name for a referee. Johnny on the spot. Johnny doing a spot? Johnny blowing a spot? But I hate that song's awful.
Sergeant Slaughter has always been America's hero, and I think today certainly he is among Tito Santana's favorites. Tito?
That's exactly right, Ken. You know, Tommy Rich, now you know what it feels like. I, too, have friends in the American Wrestling Federation.
Ooh, I have friends too. Snap, snap, snap.
The American Wrestling Federation title. You'll be facing the winner of the other semifinal match between gentleman Chris Adams and Cowboy Bob Orton.
That mic flag's gotta be somewhere. I wonder how much that would go for on eBay.
Now the biggest obstacle is ahead of me. The winner between Cowboy Bob Orton and Chris Adams. Two of the finest wrestlers in the American Wrestling Federation in the world.
Hey, Portola45. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you a whole bunch. They're really playing up this 12-round match. Again, won't be watching it because it's very long.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back we are.
We'll just have to.
American Wrestling Federation.
We'll have to live. If you want to watch it, it's on YouTube.
Introducing first from Dearborn, Michigan, weighing 202 pounds,
Jimmy V, who is absolutely not 200 pounds. He's back in the day in wrestling. Everybody had to be 200 or over, or else the marks are gonna think they can kick your butt. What is Ken Resnick doing? I think he does the pod. I think he's on Mick Karch's podcast. I think. Yeah, Mick Karch, the announcer, has a podcast about old AWA memories. I'm pretty sure Ken Resnick's been on there. Got Nails. Being a copyright infringers. Jeez, that is a great camera. I will say, I will have to compliment. Who's the boss now? Boss man. I think I said it last time I streamed AWF. One of my favorite wrestling YouTube clips is somebody uploaded an indie promo that Nails did in like 97 or 98. And they don't have the voice modulator, so he tries to do it himself. It's very funny. Yeah. Ray Trailer, I am your father.
Sometimes it makes me have less than good feelings about our justice system because this guy's not in the slam. Hey, sunset flip, we've seen
Way to just make your opponent look like an asshole there. Oh, jeez. I think Jimmy V seems very talented for the butt kicking we've gotten to see him have. See, I always thought the Nails gimmick was that he was out of jail, but he wore the jumpsuit so he can feel the inner rage. what the fuck was that? Of being a prisoner so he could beat people. Like, I thought he was out, and he just didn't have a change of clothes. But yeah, if he's out on work release, that's kind of fucked up, if you think about it. Sending a prisoner out on work release to beat people up, to assault people. The Big Boss Man's baton is probably in copyright infringement hell. That's the worst rear naked choke I've ever seen. His hand, the head's here. His arm is like way up here. Let's teach Nails some Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Come on. The Bobby Heenan Boss Man stuff was great. Shocko, definitely. I think Jimmy V would be like a decent indie star now. I'm gonna punch him. I'm gonna do it. Nails has a heart. Not a lot of hair, but he has a heart. There's a Jimmy V. Nails versus Tank Abbott would be great either as a work or a shoot. I love how he's like, I'm not gonna punch you. I'm gonna be benevolent. But I will take this chair to your throat. And the referee is just like, stop it, Mr. Belding. One of those plastic chairs that would just bounce off of you. Yeah, the ref's just like, I'm just gonna let this guy lay here unconscious. That is, yeah, that's Sean Hill. You're thinking of Troy. He looks a bit like him, yeah. Now, Jimmy V was a Michigan Indian because a couple years after this, he came down with a bunch of Michigan indie dudes and did a show in my hometown. Wrestled Shark Boy. And I looked it up a few years ago. Like, oh, there's Jimmy V. Lightning Rod. Lightning Rod Belding, baby. He should have just gone all the way and said his last name's Bolt. It's on a shirt. Hercules. Again, Sheik Adnan Al-Kaisi looks like he's carrying a velvet rope wrapped around a stick.
He has purchased the talents of this monster of a man in Hercules. Yeah, and I get a good look.
Hercules still gigantic, but he appears to be about 60 years old.
I'm about 186 then. This guy is big.
Thanks for the riveting color commentary, Terry. This guy is big. Lightning Rod is the best. This guy's awesome. His little kindergarten baby mullet. Yeah, the mustache has a lot to do with it. The mustache and the hair being back in the middle of the skin.
Well, on his best day, Hercules is not a nice guy, and the frustration that he's gone through in this
that Hercules, he's a rabble rouser. These ropes are so short.
And you can see that every match on the American Wrestling Federation
like,
show that we have here, the Warriors of Wrestling, is an even
comes up to like nails, like
match.
not nails, Hercules' pelvis.
In the outcome of every match, they're all pointing to one thing, and that's the championship.
Follows him in with the clothesline. Does Hercules, and Sheik Adnan Al-Kaisi on the outside of the ring shouting encouragement to his man. You know, the Sheik will talk about how he hates Americans, but boy, he's latched onto a few prizes in the American Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, because they're the vehicle to get him where he needs to go.
Oh,
He wants to rule professional wrestling. He can't do it, but he thinks his money can.
There's a
Good sound on the chop.
across the chest.
Not a good solid contact.
He's fizzling right now as he tries to take the measure of Hercules.
Ooh, Lightning Rod's gonna get to do a move.
Beautiful maneuver. Oh, clothesline, ineffectual, couldn't knock him over. Lightning
Yeah, this is a weird ring.
You can hear the body smacking, but he's waiting too long.
Like, I need to ask around and see who was the ring guy for the AWF, because this is a bizarre ring. Hercules does look like a toddler's doing like a muscle thing, and they like extend their gut. Very nice. Does he smell blood? Oh gosh. The Super Invader Powerbomb. That is it. Ooh. That is weird that Hercules hasn't gotten a Mattel figure. He was there for the entire, like, he was there from like what, 85 to 92? The ring sounds like the drums from Saint Anger, the Metallica album. I have not read the Sheik Admiral Casey. I'm sure he's got some very good stories.
Wrestling fans, it has reached a fever pitch right now.
He says as there are people falling asleep in the audience.
Championship tournament continues. Terry, it is incredible in this building. The fans on the edge of their seats.
That's a good point, Verticus Maximus. You have to make a whole new body mold for Hercules. Sir Oliver Humperdinck. God. Imagine the schemes that guy pulled in like real life. I love how they cut to that shot, and then they'll, like, when it pans back over in a second, it'll be like one guy standing, and then a bunch of looks like. Big fan of Bob Orton going to the mall or the flea market, finding the one Leatherworks kiosk, and being like,
And his opponent from Stratford-on-Avon in England, weighed 205
oh, Oliver Humperdinck's toenails look like Fritos. I'm not surprised. I'm still shocked, but I'm not surprised that Oliver Humperdinck had gross feet. Thank you, Optimum Vision. Ace Cowboy Bob Orton. True, it is Hulk Hogan, but that's one of the Hulk Hogan stories I think might be true. Yeah, look at Humperdinck there wearing the giant Hawaiian shirt unbuttoned with his crazy hair, sunglasses, and then he's got sweatpants and New Balances. Yeah, he is much smaller here than he was in the NWA or anywhere else in the 80s. Yeah, essentially, yes. You have to assume Oliver Humperdinck was at least a kayfabe drug dealer. Who knows about real life? Like I mentioned last stream, Bob Orton seems to be one of the few guys who's actually trying here. And I'd love to know if Bob and Randy ever had any talks about the round system. In any sport. I love Bob Orton. One of the most underrated wrestlers of all time. But in 1995, to say Bob Orton is one of the best athletes in any sport. Like, better than most Olympians. No, it's a fucking snapmare, Terry.
See how Orton's trying to get his chin down and push the arm up with that hand to get it off of his neck and up on his jawbone. Tremendous camera work as usual with the
tremendous camera work to hold a camera in real tight.
Intently, as you said, it's next week for one of these two individuals with Tito Santana, the first ever champion in the American Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mick. What a great matchup. Tito Santana against Chris Adams.
I don't think they white balance the cameras all the same.
Either one main event anywhere in the world. Boy, he stiff-legged that move right
Hey, get up with it.
Gave him that foot. We know what it means.
All these people are trapped in this building. It's like the good place, or like it's like, oh, we're gonna have fun here, and then they realize, ooh, this is actually the bad place.
Terry, you mentioned the possible matchups. In either case, Adams against Santana or Orton against Santana. Whether you like the style of Bob Orton or not, you have three tremendous wrestlers. They know the whole.
So many star singular.
That's what this is all about.
Yeah, we told everybody we were going to have the
Like the 6 guys who are famous together, they make one star. And Bob's trying. Bob's trying, man. Like Chris Adams isn't bad. Like of the guys in this promotion, yeah, these two are probably the guys that should be in like the semifinal of this tournament because they could carry a singles match. But still.
And congratulations in order to Paul Alperstein, the president of the American Wrestling Federation, and everybody involved. This is what it's all about, and wrestling fans all over the country continue to send in the cards and letters. They are responding tremendously to the AWF.
And I don't blame him because we have the greatest wrestlers, and I think we have a new format. It's new, it's different. The round system, kick to the face by Orton.
Look at that, Cowboy Bob.
Chris Adams, you can hear the people giving their disapproval. Chris Adams, I'll tell you, he's been in trouble before, but this guy right here, Bob Orton, is a wily veteran who knows how to close a deal.
Hey Dave, yeah, so I gave the spiel up front. The Tuesday shows will no longer be live on YouTube because WWE, or yeah, I don't want to mess with the WWE copyright ID match. So we'll do some bonus streams throughout the month, every month, a couple times a month like this, kind of make up for it for you YouTube folks. Thankfully, the archive of last night's stream is up right now. WCW Deep Cuts Live number 50. Art thou bored?
Well, thank you, Mick Carson, Terry Taylor, and I guess
yeah,
you could
Bob
say,
Orton
gentlemen, if you will,
hadn't had a match that long in a while.
Slaughter, what goes around comes around.
You know, you're pretty smirky there. You better watch yourself while you're standing next to the luscious one. We just got robbed. We got robbed again, and I'm getting sick and tired of it. We're only here a short time, the AWF, and already people are pulling shots around our backs. Tell them, Tommy.
You know, it's a stinking shame's what it is.
I love Tommy Rich. It's a stinking shame out there. He's got one of the all-time great promo voices.
You bring your big self down. Paul Alperstein ain't got to sign a match anytime, anywhere, any place. You bring it down, and you better have a bunch of flags with you.
Let's get back to ringside.
You better have a bunch of flags with you.
Well, luscious Tommy
Why?
Rich,
I don't know.
you talk about an intensity level.
What a
He's
bad
going right
wide
through the
shot.
roof.
Yeah, he's upset.
He's Scott Baio.
He did it himself.
Scott Baio is 60 and bloated. Yeah, they don't make him like Tommy Rich anymore. For good and for bad. Chris Adams, slick back hair, brother.
And Kansas City's cowboy Bob Orton Jr.
Yeah, you haven't cheered USA. You have the girls there.
Something happened there. How do you botch a lockup?
Everybody wants to be in the American Wrestling Federation, and that right there was a pretty good shot by Chris Adams, an illegal forearm.
Absolutely. Adams now tried a little bit slow to follow up there. Orton caught him with the boot and then the elbow right to the face. And now once again the tide of battle has turned once again, as it has so often during this match.
Yes, it has. Look at Orton holding him upside down, let that blood drain into his head. Power slam, follows up with his own body weight, about 237
Bob Orton, not super fancy, but he's good. A good wrestler.
That knee into the side of the face of Chris Adams. Underhook on the arm. He got the head hooked. I can't tell from his position. Got his chin buried into the chest of Chris Adams, trying to get a pin.
You know, we've talked about the second-generation heritage of Cowboy Bob Orton Jr., his father, Bob Orton Sr., as rugged as his son, very similar in style. One of the great
that's a trait that passes down genetically, ruggedness. I'm not rugged. My father wasn't rugged. Actually, my father was pretty rugged.
In the championship final.
Yeah, great bridge here by Chris Adams. Turns it into a
What the fuck do you call it? Finnish cravat?
See that look of disgust on the face of Orton, it lit him up, and he was very unhappy.
Now Bob seems to be like trying not to laugh.
Chris Adams' older brother, Neil Adams, was a 3-time gold medal winner in judo.
That's a good point. You can't chant USA in this match, because then you're supporting the heel. Though I've seen crowds do that, where you have 2 foreign wrestlers in the ring, and they chant USA for the good guy. Or like, there's a Jim Duggan match I saw from Germany, where the German fans chanted USA to support him.
I thought he was going to whip him into the opposite corner, but he caught him with the clothesline.
I think Chris Adams was accelerating because he was going to have maybe an offensive move out of that corner.
And what great color commentary. I think he was accelerating because he was maybe going to do a move.
It's legal, you can do it, and if you may as well, because that part of the ring is either going to be your friend or your foe.
Once again, we remind you, this is...
Man.
He's ripping his face.
Grabbing his eye. Haku Buster.
This is the American Wrestling Federation Championship Tournament. Whoever wins this one, ladies and
Got kind of that Vaseline look on that camera. Kind of that soap opera looking aesthetic.
Yeah, we'll have a special referee to make sure it's right down the middle. It'll be 12 4-minute rounds. We're going to give the whole show to it, so we will have a winner.
You know, I've been asking President Paul Elberstein for a raise. Well, forget that situation. Who, in fact, the
My boss is cheap.
He's tight-lipped. He will not say.
I'm surprised he's tight-lipped about it. Oh, man. Driving the face of Chris Adams into the back.
I think Terry Taylor's about to make a fat joke about the guy who's paying him.
Well, he had eggs for breakfast. If they weren't scrambled before, they are now.
Lung eggs? What are lung eggs? What package?
Oh, man.
Rocky a little bit out of position that time, Terry.
Rocky was groggy.
Cronky?
Elbow to the top of the head. Round 3 coming.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, as Orton continues.
Listen to those 3 fans making all that noise.
We are in fact going to round 3. This has been an even match.
I would love an AWF corner man shirt. That's something else I need to look on eBay for.
Changed one bit. Stay with us, everybody. We're coming.
Giant card sign. Why do you need a sign that big? There are like 150 people in that building.
This is it, wrestling fans. The third and very, very important round coming up. Chris Adams and Bob Orton Jr. fighting to stay alive and get into the ring next week with Tito Santana for the American Wrestling Federation first ever championship. Look at Orton going into that boxing now.
Boxing.
Chris Adams needs, I was just sitting here watching this in awe. Chris Adams has his mouth open. That's the best way in the world to get knocked out. Super kick. Oh, super kick. He's out, but he's on his feet.
Oh, give Orton credit. Wait a second. Oh, he's staked.
That gosh darn Bob Orton Jr.
Absolutely, because he was out on his feet and he had enough savvy.
Onto the protective rug.
Have you noticed that Chris Adams' super kick has lost a little of its oomph as this tournament goes on and on and on?
A little bit of his
He's one of the
oomph.
smaller guys at 235 pounds, and the pounding he's taking in these
Damn
matches
straight,
sets
Portola.
away
Bob,
this
Cowboy Bob and Don Morocco
starting
Lord.
to show its effects.
And Orton works on the back of Chris Adams. Once again, Adams down on the floor, outside the ring. The referee tells Orton to keep him back, give him a chance to get back into the ring. Well, I guess he's going to help him back in. No. Oh!
Chris Adams over the top.
Attempted sunset flip. Oh,
He barely touched him. That's a good point.
Wait a minute now. Oh, Terry Taylor, come on. Don't blame
Again, I mentioned this with the abdominal stretch from the ropes last night. How did that give him leverage?
Humperdinck. Take a look at this.
Like his shoulders were completely exposed. Sloppy pin, Bob. Sloppy pin.
Well executed. You can see how he lands. Power slam here. Orton using all of his weight right onto the chest. Great matchup. I mean, we've got highlight after highlight strangling Chris Adams. And here we see the ending of the match. Chris Adams goes back. Grunke goes down. What does his job? Counts the shoulders.
They're praying.
Jr. advances to the finals. He's standing by with Ken Resnick.
Perhaps we should begin calling Sir Oliver Humperdinck a soothsayer. He predicted Bob Orton in the finals, and so it has become. Now, what is there, a hotel in Omaha missing a shower curtain?
Ooh, saucy.
exactly what was going to
Also, that was not the shirt he was wearing.
That's what happened. Today, gentlemen, Chris Adams
You're supposed to believe he changed shirts.
That puts us right into that cherry
That's his
position
promo
of
shirt.
the finals of the AWF tournament right here next week. And in the finals, Tito Santana. Well, take a look at the guy that's going to beat Santana.
Yeah, very specific
insult.
insult.
Beatings Tito Santana has taken lately, a 12-round match, the way you like to wrestle, that could favor you.
That's exactly right, but I'm not going to sell Tito Santana short because he's a tough man.
I was gonna say, I'm not going to settle in that match. We're not working out there, brother.
Anyone who would swim across the filthy Rio Grande just to come to this country has got
Fuck's sake.
guts, Daddy. And I realize that Santana, you wouldn't even have been here if it wasn't for Slaughter. And let me tell you something, Daddy. You're stepping in there, a man.
The worst.
Just as much desire.
Yeah, boy, Bob.
You're mine.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and skip to the next episode because, yeah, we don't need to watch another minute of recaps.
Attention. Americans have the freedom of choice, and your choice for professional
Wrestling,
should be the
American Wrestling Federation. Yes. Excitement. American Wrestling Federation. Hey, Asbender. Welcome. Bonus stream. I'm doing good. Doing good. Thanks for asking, Asbender. I hope you're doing well.
Welcome aboard. My name is Mick Karsh. This is Terry Taylor.
And man, is it getting hot and heavy.
Yeah, this is some 1983 shit and 1995.
We're going to see Nails in action. Also Hercules in action and Bob Orton.
Oh, he forgot.
With Sir Oliver Humperdinck in his corner, taking
Not like this is taped or anything, and you can't just be like, okay, let's do another one.
With Billy Anderson.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is scheduled
Taking a tight shot of a bunch of fans in the dark.
Introducing first, the manager.
That's a good point for Abrams. Bob Orton is like, you put your family's lives and your lives in danger. That is so brave, and I hate you for it.
Luscious Tommy Rich.
Hell yeah, baby.
What a very, very special and important week.
Oh, wait, I think we're rewatching the...
Federation as Rico Suave leads his band. Luscious
Oh,
Tommy
yep, we're watching the wrong episode. I'm sorry. I didn't even realize it. I'm a dumb dummy. Let's skip ahead. My apologies. That's how generic the AWF is.
Americans have the freedom of choice, and your
That
choice
you
for
can't
professional wrestling should be the
tell
American Wrestling
which
Federation.
episode's which. Yeah, my apologies for that. I think we got the right episode now. I'm gonna watch this again. I'm pretty sure Terry Taylor wrestled Tito when he was in the WWE, or not Tito, Coco Beware when he was in the WWF, I'm sure of it. I did. I took away your freedom of choice to watch the same bullshit over again.
Don't touch that dial, ladies and gentlemen. This is the place
Are
to be.
we sure this?
Wrestling
Did I do it
Federation.
again?
Welcome aboard. My name is Mick Karsh. This is Terry Taylor.
And man, is it getting hot and heavy.
Yeah, no, they did it again.
Santana taking on Luscious Tommy Rich.
Yeah, fuck's sake. I hate technology. Okay, we're gonna... Yeah, there we go. Right episode. Alright, we'll get a little bit of a recap. Yeah, my... Good thing this is a bit more of a laid-back, weird stream. Alright, this is what we missed by not streaming that episode. Jumpin' Jim Brunzell was the special celebrity guest referee. Keep in mind this aired nationally and not just in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Champion Tito Santana.
You know, you can fade out the commentary, guys.
That clip a few more times today.
That's exactly right, Ken. You know,
Tito Santana. All
week,
caps.
It's a great soreness feeling that I went through.
Yes, Jim Brunzell did look like he was out gardening
but it's got a very nice ring to it.
with his very special sweatpants.
It feels good and it sounds good, Ken. You know, it's been a long time waiting. I've gone through thick and thin, through a lot of rough storms. But it's finally paid off.
You know, Tito, talking about rough storms, if we could take a minute to recap just your march to the American Wrestling Federation Championship, was no easy road. In fact, before your very first match in the tournament, you and I were out here doing
I feel like I would be tempting MTV or Viacom copyright way more than I normally would with wrestling copyright if I were to stream some Tom Green episodes.
American Wrestling Federation champion was very important.
They are way more hardcore about that stuff than WWE. WWE's pretty hardcore.
Trying to do anything they could to get a chance at this. Well, I overcame a lot of obstacles.
That belt looks like the Winged Eagle WWF belt, but like a child colored it.
In some ways, very modest individual. To recap, not only did you get past Hercules after he tried to injure you before the match even started, then talk about a tough draw.
If Snuka would have had Tito's attitude, or if he would have been the booker, yes. Tito Santana did defeat Bob Orton for the AWF title in a 12-round match that went like 12 rounds. That's why we didn't watch it, because it's a long match. Long match.
They can't see everything.
To their credit, I remember it being all right, but it's a long match. Look like they were posing for a picture at the end. Alright, this is another building. They have way more fans in there. Credit to them.
Weighing 203 pounds, Trevor Blanchard.
Trevor Blanchard, for when Tully is too busy preaching the good name of Jesus Christ, amen.
What a matchup last week, Terry. Tito Santana and Bob Orton Jr.
Yeah, we want to congratulate Tito
I think Snuka just wasn't reliable, even for like an AWF to sign.
230 pounds is the bird.
Yeah, Snuka was a real killer. Alright, Coco Beware against fake Tully Blanchard. Trevor Blanchard was like a Chicago area, like, shindy legend forever. He's terrible. I think he's still around, like, training people.
Well, I tell you something, do not adjust the contrast on your television set. Coco Beware, my goodness. Every color of the rainbow.
Yeah, Metal Maniac was like, sorry, I can't drive Jimmy that far.
They love this guy. Yeah, he's got to get more color into his wardrobe. Stay with us, everybody. This week's first matchup coming up.
Bird.
Right, here we go, the Birdman, Coco
Alright,
Beware,
so the previous tapings were way too dark. This, they have way too many lights on. Everything is so washed out.
Coco Beware from behind.
And why not? If he's going to be going out there telling the people...
What was that?
He should be.
Looked like he just kind of like
Coco
bag tagged him.
right to the sternum area, and Blanchard hits the deck. This is the
Okay, there's a guy in the front row I am already like infatuated with. That guy is awesome. He's getting up, he's doing like slam motions and yeah, that Coco match from Memphis against that Patriot dude. That's rough.
My goodness, backs him up, suplex over the top.
You can't do a suplex and also do the Ghostbuster. It's like if you do a top rope splash to set up a top rope frog splash.
The second most popular man in the American Wrestling Federation, right behind
Oh
yours
gosh,
truly.
Mr.
My
Snocko,
goodness, right
no.
behind Frankie is where the camera shot is.
Yeah, Coco's just wearing the same pants from the last taping.
Trevor Blanchard,
Great.
the nephew, I believe, of Tully Blanchard.
Oh gosh, that's
right now. He doesn't look too much like Tully. He's flat on his back. He started out pretty
a
good.
bit, yeah. So the first ECW pay-per-view, they used WWE's like lighting crew. And yeah, all the WWE lights in the ECW arena made everything look so washed out. And then the second one, they didn't get enough lights. So the second one in Fort Lauderdale, the second ECW pay-per-view, couldn't see anything. You gotta do it like this when you're Coco Beware the bird, because if you're doing like this, then it looks like you're like seeing an angel that has come into the ring to help Coco Beware and the California Angels win the pennant. There's also a guy in like the front of the bleachers with like the big poofy 80s metal hair.
Coco can beat this guy, but he's out here having too good a time.
He is having a lot of
What a good guy. He's having a good time beating the shit out of somebody.
On that second rope now to the top. It looks like drop kick right on the mark.
Coco ruled because he could do that drop kick and land on his feet. That is such a good drop kick. Ghostbuster. Hey Nathan, welcome. Yeah, special random Wednesday stream to make up for some copyright issues last night trying to stream live on YouTube. I think if the Lord would have moved Tully, he would have gone in, but fortunately God just was not on Trevor Blanchard's side. What happened to that guy? They cut to all these fans dancing. There's this guy like, fuck. Looked like that guy like hit him. That was great. Also, I would love to know how they got permission, or they didn't get permission, but how they got away with using the WWF song. I get Coco sang on it, but I'm positive WWE owns that song.
Thank you very much, Mick Karsh and Terry Taylor. It is indeed my pleasure to introduce the newest
Chicago legend Trevor Blanchard. Yeah, we were talking about that a bit before you popped in, Nathan.
From all of us,
everybody in Chicago has great stories about Trevor Blanchard.
I know I, for one, am looking forward to your experience and a very fresh and vibrant viewpoint that you're going to be bringing to the AWF.
Well, that's quite a lead.
Chris
E. Let me just say that it's a pleasure for me.
The E stands for E.
Commentating with you and being
why can't women in wrestling have last names?
Wrestling Federation.
Well, I know, Chrissy, when I had a chance to see your background, I was very excited that you're going to be here. And like I say, I'm sure the fans...
Yeah, Tito, that's right. Tito did do Chikara once.
Months to come and a very fresh viewpoint. But for now, let's head right back to ringside.
Resnick, get away from her. She's mine.
Oh, gross. I'm sure, yeah, because Nathan, because you're from Chicago. You're from the Chicagoland area. So I'm sure Trevor Blanchard was on the first show. Danny Boy Hawkins. This guy's great. I'm a big fan of Danny Boy Hawkins. You could have just been Danny Hawkins. You didn't need to be Danny Boy Hawkins. Let's go, Danny Boy. Here we go.
250 pounds. He is the fabulous Freebird Michael P.S. Hayes.
Well, here he comes.
Like, you have to have like ebbs and flows with the inflection. The fabulous Freebird Michael P.S. Hayes. It's too much. He should have come to that One House of Pain song. Again, I reiterate, weeks after this was taped, Michael Hayes was in the WWF as Doc Hendricks, where they thought he was too old to be wrestling. That is a badass jacket.
Michael Hayes as flamboyant as anybody in this sport. Oh, look at this. He loves
Not a big fan of the tights, but that jacket's great. But hey, it's much better than the last time we saw Michael in one of these, when he just wore like his jazzercise pants. It's minimalist Confederate gear. That's what the Freebirds Criterion DVD box would look like. They should have had Bob Loose. Just bringing everybody from the Chicago territory. And Bill Alfonso, the referee, simultaneously while he's doing ECW, while he's a heel in ECW, he's the troubleshooting referee of the AWF. Yeah, those knee highs are rough. Michael Hayes wasn't even 40 here. yeah, Michael Hayes dressed as the Hardys a couple years after this. And Michael was the one pushing for it. This is winter of 1995, Nathan. Okay, so I personally don't see the attractiveness of Michael Hayes, but clearly he was, because he laid his seed a lot of places. Just notice the fringe on young Danny Boy Collins.
Was always the mouthpiece for the Freebirds. He was always the one interjecting himself.
They could have, but again, Vince was like, "Oh, this guy looks old.
He's physical. Look at the way he's roughing up.
I need to cut his hair and make him sad."
Just like I want to do to you, Karsh. A blatant chokehold right in front of the referee. Whipped into the corner. Oh, he comes.
What the? That's Nelson's finish, buddy. Gets back there, and Kevin Kelly's like, "Hey, stop doing my shit out there, Michael. I have one move."
Oh, that was the heel of the hand. Very hard.
The heel of the hand. Michael Hayes with the Showtape palm thrust, a la Jushin Liger.
You alluded to this early on. Michael Hayes looks as tough and is physically ready.
Michael Hayes and Bret Hart would have been an interesting match around this time period. Nothing else other than great punches.
Man, look at that tongue. I wonder if you could tongue drag him.
That's a disgusting thing to say.
That thing's a weapon. Look at him using that elbow. I mean, Hayes, P.S., he says it stands for purely sexy. I don't see it, but then again, I wouldn't wear thigh-high white leather
they needed, yeah, that's a good point, Nathan. They needed a heel on the roster.
I haven't seen a moonwalk since 1987.
What does his ass say? Oh, Fantasia.
You just saw one now.
But it said Hamas.
He's antagonizing
And I'm like,
this kid right
buddy.
now. This is humiliation. This is psychological warfare. To go with that physical punishment, he's got it all together. Yeah, there comes a point.
That dude, those Leonard Skinner videos that I've posted before on Twitter, and I think Wrestling Magazine also has posted, where they are all not feeling pain, brother. They are all off on another planet. It is fantastic.
He's got off the ropes. He ducks the clothesline and a second. Oh, he tried for the hip toss. He tried for that hip toss, and Hayes with
He's not my type. I'm more of a, Darren Criss, like a kind of like a slender, hairless type guy. That's more my vibe. When it comes to men, Michael Hayes with the tea bag, and poor Danny Boy. Oh, Danny Boy, the box are buzzing. Again, it's a great match when half of the highlight reel is the dude taking off his jacket. Oh, way to expose that he didn't touch him. Michael Hayes seems very confused.
Yet again, the left hand of Michael P.S. Hayes sends an opponent to Dreamland. It's certainly a very
true. Erotic Eric is the erotic one. That is true.
Some people say it's wrestling, and this ain't wrestling. Some people call what you're supposed to do announcing, and it's babbling. But I'm not here to babble right now. I want to get this straight.
No, but if you want to hear me babble, tune to channel 55. I'll be on Action Zone this week.
Chubby Cheeks Alberstein, you were protecting
fuck's sake. Why is everybody obsessed with everyone's weight?
Fire or something, so when you drew in the hat, you knew to stay away from it. I was the star of the Highlander, the first
the star.
successful one. Don't mess with me.
That is a great claim. He was in one scene.
And don't ever forget that strength
I love
comes
it.
in numbers. Think I gotta make a phone call.
One thing for certain, you
Ooh.
can never sell Michael Hayes short. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
And they taped all this shit in like a week. And then Michael Hayes goes off to the WWF.
At a combined weight of 454 pounds.
These two, I've never seen enhancement guys look like they just don't want to be teamed up. Normally they can pretend to like be buddies. These two seem like they can't stand. Like they've never met. They can't stand each other.
At a combined weight of 560 pounds. They are the
That's true. That's a good, by Michael Hayes' logic. Great Gagne, huge star in Hollywood. Here we go. The Hangman, Texas Hangman. Pretty sure you couldn't get away with walking around on TV carrying a noose these days. Oh God! Shut up, Terry Taylor.
Well, thank you very much for stopping in once again. The American Wrestling Federation.
Also, they probably could have booked Terry Funk. I'm pretty sure if they would have been like, hey, Terry, we have some dates coming up. I believe that is Tough Tom and Mean Mike. J Space Ghost, welcome. Pretty sure, because this is Chicago and they are like that area. The Redneck Ultima Dragons. Eric Freedom appears to, how do I put this delicately, not have a home? Like his ring jacket was just like a Raiders windbreaker.
I didn't know you had those.
Butler Stevens, on the other hand, looks like his mom gave him a lot of money for that leather vest. Ooh, Soulja Boy.
Especially when it comes to dealing punishment in the American Wrestling Federation.
Eric Freedom, another one of those like Chicago, Wisconsin area indie stalwarts for years and years. Eric, first day on the job. Psycho, the baby of the family. That's just a great sentence.
Speaking of tag teams, right now we have a chance to have a Warriors corner with one of the best, Power Gun.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Powers. This is my partner Johnny Gunn.
You just call him Hot Gun?
Tito Santana.
Top
I'm becoming
Gun?
the first American Wrestling Federation champion. Tito, congratulations. But
You know, this might be the first time I've heard Jim Powers talk in his life. Oh shit! What the hell? What just happened? That was like a real life video game glitch. We come back from the Warriors corner and fucking Hangman just flying over the ropes.
Is that a mask or a helmet? Well, I'll tell you what, Tito Santana, everybody's saying how great that victory was.
So yeah, we just got to see our first Jim Powers promo. Oh! Texas Hangman wanting to go to All Japan. I don't think they even tagged. That was great. One of the Texas Hangmen just flying to his death on the floor. This crowd is way better than the other one. They fed them much better quality of submarine sandwiches. Posture to the crowd.
Give the Texas Hangmen one moment of breathing space. They will turn on you like a rattlesnake.
Yeah, this move right here, they have 5 seconds after a tag to make the transition, and they used it to the best effect they could.
Poor Butler Stevens standing there on the ring apron.
This seems like a slightly more typical sized ring, which is good.
I think he caught him with a little bit.
I think there was a feather falling from the sky though.
Can't blame the guy. He's got all that hair. I don't know how he sees anything.
Well, I tell you, he's not seeing a lot, but he's feeling a lot right now from the Texas
Ooh.
Hangman.
You talk about high impact.
The Hangmen are very into death.
These Hangmen, everything they do is just
Killing and psychos and all that jazz. He tried to do a cool bump, and his body is like, no, Eric, you can't do that.
to inflict pain and punishment. They don't consider it a satisfying night unless one of their opponents has gone to the hospital, maybe a broken bone, a sprain at the very least. They continue the assault here on Eric Freedom.
Also, these appear to be, like, a lot of times in wrestling when you see guys with the singlet top and the long tights, it's like a singlet and then you put tights over it. These appear to just be singlets with long legs, which is weird.
Well, this, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, a mismatch. 30 seconds.
Oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay, it was relatively safe. Yeah, this is definitely disorderly conduct because that's their finisher. Mean Mike and Tough Tom get the win there. That's the heel song, by the way. All the heels come out to the same song in the AWF. That's shitty to say. I kind of like that. I kind of like the split screen for the suplexes. That was pretty dope.
I mean, these guys, great teamwork, two great wrestlers working well together. That's the Texas Gallows.
And ladies and gentlemen, right now, let's toss it to our very lovely colleague, Chrissy.
I thought it was our very lovely colleague, Ken Resnick. Oh, it's the Z-Man.
It's all right if I call you Z-Man, isn't it?
Certainly.
All right. Well, let me be
They
the
misspelled
first to
his
welcome you
real
to the
last
American
name.
Wrestling Federation.
Well, thank you.
Apparently,
very much.
this Tom's Inc. You put him under your
Fans
tongue.
here are unparalleled to none anywhere in the world. Is that true?
That's right, they are.
What's going on? It looks like he just got out of the
Speaking
shower.
of style, Tom, as you know, the American Wrestling Federation uses the round system. Now, I don't know if this is new to you or not, but how does this affect your style in the ring?
Yes, Christine, it is new to me. I've never wrestled that style before. I'm
You
looking
think?
forward to it. And on the marquee, it says professional wrestling. I'm into wrestling. I'm a wrestler. I can adapt to any style, any place,
I'm into
anytime,
wrestling.
anywhere. And I intend to do it right here in the AWF.
I'm positive
We
Tito
are
still has the
thrilled
belt.
to have you here with us. So stay tuned. We'll be back. With
I'm
more
pretty sure
exciting
Tito
action.
still has the AWF belt. I think he takes it to
More great action
conventions.
continues, everybody.
This match is scheduled for
Oh,
3
what is this guy
rounds.
wearing?
Introducing first from Tucson, Arizona.
Oh, I thought this was just a weird shirt. I thought it was like a
270 pounds,
vest.
Hawkeye Cody Hunter.
Hell yeah, Hawkeye Cody Hunter.
Cody Hunter. Yeah, that's the guy that took
Woo!
money from
This guy looks like he won a contest to wrestle.
and got beat up for it.
Well, he deserved it.
And his opponent from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 280 pounds.
Yes, this is what happens when you make an entire company out of the first two matches of a WWF show from 1989. These guys, yeah, a lot of these guys were Windy City guys. Yeah, so we saw Eric Freedom, Trevor Blanchard, no. Look, good on that woman for meeting her hero, Tony Atlas, who now has USA flag pants, because he's not a bad guy anymore. He's nice.
Tony Atlas is bigger and stronger than I've seen him in a long time, and trimmer. He's always had those huge arms.
How can you be bigger and trimmer?
He's getting in better shape. There's
Big
that
and
bandana
petite?
that he wears. I mean,
That
this
fan
guy,
with the
red,
big
white,
bug-eyed
blue,
glass
star,
sunglasses,
Mr.
thumbs
USA.
up.
Referee Jesse Hernandez calls for and gets the bell, and Cody Hunter has
Yeah, this
his
is.
work cut out for him. Listen to
They
this
have.
crowd.
What's going on here? The switcher board. They put it halfway up. That's kind of fun.
Same thing about 290.
The very 1970s pro wrestling.
Boy, look at how much different they are put together.
Just a slight difference in physique. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, look at Hunter. It looks like a drunk trying to pick up a hat in a windstorm. He's stumbling around Tony Atlas using his strength and leverage. That's smart wrestling.
Well, Tony Atlas, for his size and power, very agile, and there
Is he?
we've said so many times.
Maybe in, like,
that will
1984 he
even up real
was.
quick. Go right for the man's eyes. Oh, hard into the buckle. And a big back body.
Yeah, this guy kind of is giving me the vibe like he's trying to be like an undercover middle schooler.
I'll tell you what, he
This
must have not got
Buckeye
between
Cody
those eyes,
Hunter.
'cause look at Tony. Maybe
He's got a very 7th grade haircut.
got in there, and now he goes
Dresses
back
like a
again.
child going to
Everybody
bed,
who
but
wrestles
then he's
Tony
got that
Atlas
beard.
tries to set a new indoor land record for eye gouges. Who won't make,
And then he's wearing his knee pads around his ankles because
Well, the size
I
and the
assume he
strength, the
saw a Ric
power
Flair match once.
of Tony Atlas and that
And then Jax just brings that up. Yeah, he's wearing his knee pads around his ankles. He's wearing no knee pads around his knees. What's the point? Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Okay, oh, Tony saved that one. Ooh. You know what? If Tony Atlas ain't hurting anybody, let him let women do whatever they want to him. If that's what he wants, and they consent to it, no one's getting hurt. Good on Tony Atlas. Hello, fellow children. Yeah, the Steve Buscemi from 30 Rock. Yeah, I see that. He's a very long belly button.
That's almost a rule rather than the exception. Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Hey, Alex Pierce. Welcome.
Tony, congratulations, number one.
Hope you're doing well.
Becoming one of the true favorites here in the American
Watching some
AWF
Warriors of Wrestling.
Well, can't you see? This man, he's not interested in wrestling nobody. Only thing he want to do is hurt somebody. Well, you let me
well,
tell you
yes.
something, brother. You want to hurt somebody? Hurt me. I am your
You want to hurt somebody? My titties. Hey, what's up, computer hell? AWF's the best. By best, I mean worst, and by worst, I mean best.
I know how to take it to the street, and I will hit you in the head with an alley apple anytime you want it. So you want somebody? I am the man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
oh, I am. I thought he was just barking. That's a great tie on Ken Resnick.
Here's Bill Anderson.
What a fired up Tony.
Why is it that every time they do that, they have like the monkey sound from the Head Shrinkers theme song? Oh, this team's great. Pretty Boy Floyd and Firefighter Jim. Literal children. Yeah, of the entire 2-year run of the AWF, if you cut out all the crap, they have one TV episode. But yeah, these enhancement guys are great. Some great enhancement wrestlers. Firefighter Jim. Could have at least been, Chip. I don't think so. Oh, Rico Suave is upgraded to a suit. He's not sure. He's way less sure of himself wearing the suit, but he looks much more flamboyant. He looks like a magician. Look at these vests. Greg Valentine, who appears to have spent money on his, and Tommy Rich, who probably asked some woman at a diner to glue his together for him. Oh, Terry Taylor. Hey, Pep Pep. Suave, he's not the booker, but he's like Alperstein's like number 2. Paul Alperstein's the money guy, the president, and the booker. Or the booker's Tito Santana, that's why he's got the belt. Paul Alperstein's the money guy. Rico Suave is like his buddy, who's like, I like wrestling too. Let me do this. And also, I'm an organized crime, so I can bring you money. Shoot right into a light.
It's only a matter of time before we crown tag team champions, and this team may be one of the favorites.
Well, maybe one of your favorites. Wow, put your sunglasses on, Parks. Look at those tights Tommy Rich has on.
Jeez. Those tights rule. Tommy Rich's tights are awesome.
Tommy Rich, I'm not sure what 1960s closet he pulled those out from.
There's some great fan shots on this episode. Not so much the last one. These fans are great, though. I'm assuming, judging by the fact that all of the enhancement guys are from the same wrestling school, I'm assuming these are all of their friends. Now, Tommy's looking fine. Tommy dropped some weight from the last taping. Got some new trunks, some new tights. He's feeling it. This is his last shot.
Well, I did not hear the ring introductions as far as weight is concerned for Pretty Boy Floyd, but that has got to be minimum 60, 70 pounds he's giving up to Tommy Rich.
Tommy Rich is playing with, literally just playing with him.
But I also have to say in the American Wrestling Federation,
Here comes the hammer.
anybody that's here had
He needs
to
another 20 minutes to get warmed up.
Well, there's no question about that. And Pretty
That's
Boy
why he's not a great tag wrestler, because you can't warm up in the corner.
with Greg the Hammer
Gotta wrestle.
Valentine, I don't blame him at all.
Well, Valentine just loves to do what his name says. Hammer guys like Pretty Boy Floyd.
He loves to do what his name says. Get hammered.
Or firefighter, excuse me. Look at that hairdo by Pretty Boy Floyd. This guy's got to be tough with hair like that.
Well,
Look at that.
oh my goodness. Well, now that I see it from that camera angle, that really is.
Yeah, you gotta have all the lights up to show every inch of this weird little warehouse barn contraption building. Oh, he's got a phone now. He needs all of his favorite manager gimmicks. He needs the Bobby Heenan jacket.
Coming in again and busting in.
Why doesn't he have a tennis racket?
You see, Valentine knows how to just take a guy apart.
He loves to do what his name says, being Greg. Loves to be Greg. Man, those are great tights. This feels like Secrets of Pro Wrestling Exposed. Like this is the promotion that those guys are supposed to come from. Okay, so every match has been a rounds match, but all of these haven't gone past the first round yet. I'm assuming there's bullshit with the clock. Because all these guys are like, oh, we don't want to actually do rounds matches. Also, I always love an inset promo that goes, starts, hello, I'm Chris Adams. This is a guy introducing himself. Yeah, this is a match they should chant USA in. That American Patriot. Firefighter Jim. And he's got Jim on his butt. I love that he has Jim. He has fire down one leg, fighter down the other, and then Jim on his ass. He is a loud and proud Jim. That slug at ringside. Hey, Gaff. Yes, I can see a bit of the Lance Storm rat tail. I don't know why you'd have a rat tail if you're a firefighter. It could catch on fire when you're into those burning buildings.
Look at that man on the outside of the ring now. Pretty Boy certainly reminds me an awful lot of basketball star Dennis Rodman.
Like I imagine Firefighter Jim found that shirt at like a Salvation Army or a Goodwill and just wore it all the time. Is Greg Valentine gonna do? What's he doing? This looks okay. I was very worried for a second when he's on top of the guy and he's holding his wrists down. Yeah, Greg Valentine dropping a lot of knee drops for a guy not wearing any protection on his legs. Oh, what's... Please don't kill this guy. He stalled and waited. It's like, wait, I need to create some drama. What happens if I hold Firefighter Jim for another couple of seconds?
So he dropped him on his knee. Nice of him to break Firefighter Jim's fall with his knee.
Yeah, real nice of him as Rico Suave enters the ring, ladies and gentlemen.
Rico Suave seems to have no idea how to look like he's giving a wrestler advice. Tommy Rich is like, fuck it. I don't want to do... Oh, he's perving on the ring card now. Oh, yeah, you can win or lose a round if it goes to a decision. And the referee's the one, though, doing the points. Yes, this is rounds. The British round system for a bunch of old, like, 80s territory guys. It is just as much of a disaster as it sounds like. As Firefighter Jim's getting some offense. Let's go, Jim!
Somebody lit a fire under this guy, and he started fighting back with just too much hammer.
Well, that has been the case throughout Greg Valentine's career. He has been too much for most.
Firefighter's not out of this yet. Nope. He's still got a chance. He made it to the second round. That's a good point. I love this. Paul Alperstein sitting in the crowd sad. The guy running all of this. That's a great endorsement of the company. When the guy paying for all of this Looks like he needs therapy. Sitting out in the audience. Just needs a friend. Everyone's ignoring him. He's just sitting in this. Can't even get front row seats for his own show. Sitting like the third row.
It wasn't much of a kick out. I think Tommy Rich let him up. They know that they can win this match anytime. Oh gosh, what a DDT! You saw him drive the kid's head into the mat, and he was still hanging on at his face hit.
I love them making a big deal out of DDT. This kid's dead. He's not moving. Figure 4 time.
Wait a minute, there's that signature move of the hammer, that figure 4 leg lock. That's got to do it.
This kid was out on his feet, and he gets into figure 4. Now look at him, he's back. The pain is making him black out. Valentine trying to.
The pain's making him black out. No, he's not blacked out. He's moving. Yeah, that Paul Upperstein, that cut to him in the crowd, yeah, that's the look of a man who realized, shit, I've lost like 6 years on this bullshit. Letting my friend Rico Suave pretend to be a wrestler. Still looking very sad. But now he's jumped the rail. Greg Valentine looks like he's a booger up his nose. Just don't want to pick it on camera.
Valentine goes to the basics, drop toe hold, he floats up. Now you see
ooh, jeez.
These kids were outgunned from the beginning, figure 4, and that was the difference.
And ladies and gentlemen, right now, I certainly do not envy Ken Resnick. He's standing by with this threesome.
Whoa! Ken Resnick hosting a threesome. There we go. Oh, I thought it was
anything but the case in the American Wrestling Federation
Championship
tournament. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't you out here going on record as stating the winner of the AWF?
Yeah, most of these it's 1983 style pro wrestling in 1995. Yeah, it's mostly just enhancement matches.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there a reason you're always trying to ruin my day?
I'm not trying to
At least Greg and Tommy are like pretending like the match just happened. And this wasn't filmed a week later.
There's a conspiracy going on here. The AWF and the
Rico Suave is a QAnon guy.
There's a problem.
Why does everyone call him, all the heels call him Zapperstein? That's not like an insult.
Both your men were eliminated.
The problem is this. Any moron, any wrestling knowledgeable fan out there would know that in the finals, the match should have been Greg the Hammer and Luscious Tommy. And it wasn't that.
Yeah, they did a world title and a tag tournament.
I'm not responsible. I am turning these two guys loose. And anything that happens, Zapperstein, you wrote it off.
Like, what is the insult? Zapperstein? Like, yeah, it's his name, but different, but still.
So what I'm saying is, Tito Santana, you know I had you beat. 1, 2, 3. But it had to be that stinking Mr. USA Sergeant Slaughter come out and cause me to lose. Well,
Mr. USA. Well, guess what? We're sovereign citizens.
And Greg the Hammer Valentine, you were caught in the unfortunate situation of being behind on points.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Who ever heard of points? That's amateur wrestling.
Points.
We're talking about professional
the
wrestling.
The fuck is a point?
Submission, pinfall is the only way you can win a match. Well, I'll tell you what, they're trying to keep the family down. They're trying to keep us from taking control, but we're going to take control one way or another.
A very irate family of Rico Suave. Let's get back to ringside with more great...
Yeah, Rico Suave just doing everybody that he watched as a kid's
Boy,
gimmick.
are they hot or what?
This match is scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first from Montana.
That's a great scene.
275 pounds, T-Rex.
T-Rex, hell yeah. There's some great names on this show. Oh no, Terry, shut up. Go dunk your head in some cyanide, buddy.
And his opponent from Paris Island, South Carolina.
So we have Sergeant Slaughter wrestling a dinosaur. Got some more flags. Stop it, Terry. Stop it. Yeah, way too many flags. He should have had 5 max. This has been a problem every time we watch the AWA. Sergeant Slaughter comes out with an armful of flags, and he has to hand out each one individually. Doesn't even like throw them out to the crowd. Hand out like 5 of them, and then let the crew do the rest. This is taking so much time.
Well, be careful. That chair has a bent leg right now. It's wobbling. Boy, was he big. He was massive man, but let's talk about Sergeant Slaughter.
Now we're making fun of somebody's weight that doesn't even work there. Come on. Somebody's got a whistle. We got a lucha fan in the crowd.
As much as you do. I appreciate talent. Look at that. It's sunrise. He's getting ready to make us do some push-ups.
Well, that's not for me, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. In just a moment, we will see the Sarge in action, the one and only Sergeant Slaughter.
Be right back! It says in all caps. Sergeant Slaughter had been out of the WWF. He quit wrestling in 92. I think he stuck around through the end of 93 as an agent, I want to say. Again with that 70s half-dissolved crowd shot. I'm a big fan of T-Rex's gear. He looks like Cosmic Bowling the Man.
Wait a minute, who's that at ringside?
Oh, no.
It's not just Tommy, and he's also got Rico Scurvy there. Sarge is smart, though. See how he stays at the business at hand. T-Rex, a big man.
Okay, he was in the 94 Rumble and MSG, the 01 Rumble, the house show Rumble. Okay, so yeah, he had probably not been under the WWF whole, maybe a year at most. At this point. And then he goes back in like 97.
Sergeant Slaughter, for heaven's sakes, do not be distracted by the likes of Rico Suave and luscious Tommy Rich. I don't know a lot about T-Rex, but as you said, that's a 270
He looks like a Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper. Not Lisa Frank, that was more pink.
Finish this kid off. Go for that Cobra clutch. Get it over with, and we'll see what happens. Does Tommy Rich have the guts it takes to get in the ring with Slaughter, seeing him? Can he do it face to face?
Well, just keep him out of the ring right now.
Shinamaki.
Right there. Rich is starting to mount that ring apron. The bell sounds.
He's mounting the ring apron? What type of show are you running, Zapper Steve? I'll say it.
He'll get in there and cheap shot the Sarge. You know that to be true. And Rico Suave this time is holding Tommy Rich back. He's telling him, no, don't go in there.
Yeah, I think what this is him saying, no, let's don't do it face to face. Let's get in here and choke it from behind.
Oh, Sarge. Doing some shit.
Do to a professional wrestler is lay on your back and wave him in.
Well, he's daring Tommy Rich to enter the ring, and I think a very, very smart and a wise decision on the part of Rico.
Yeah, that big Sergeant Slaughter Tommy Rich feud that people were dying for in 1995.
They're not going to pick the time. They're going to pick the spot. They're not going to meet him head up. They don't think they can beat him. They're going to come up the way I know they want to, from behind.
ECW had Taz and Sabu. The AWF had Sergeant Slaughter and Tommy Rich.
Suave and Rich had no business bringing that chain into the bout, and the Sarge was right there to make sure justice was done.
Yeah, Sarge had the little baby face run in 92 before they retired him. This is a very good crowd, much better than the first set of tapings. I'm gonna hug him. Gonna give him a real good hug. Make him feel loved.
And Tommy Rich didn't make the move.
Well, thankfully, Sergeant Slaughter had enough ring presence to keep focused on his opponent, T-Rex. There you get a good look at the Sarge. Tommy Rich and Rico Suave.
Breakdown of Sarge's song. Funky.
Let's toss it right now to Ken Resnick. He's standing by with Sergeant Slaughter.
They were getting paid to be the last set of tapings we watched. They were getting paid to be there too, and they're falling asleep.
America's hero, Sergeant Slaughter. But as you fans saw, luscious Tommy Rich was hoping for other ideas. You know, Sarge, Tommy Rich feels that he owes you.
I love whoever the director is that this set of promos. Like, make sure you're putting something on your body as you walk into the shot. Make it look like you just came out of the ring.
But I just like to say to Tito Santana, congratulations on becoming the American Wrestling Federation champion. I can't think of a
All
better
right, so as he's
champion
wrapping
than
up this
American
promo, I've got to head out the door.
A lot of
I
people,
got to
and
pick up my
certainly
wife from
luscious
work,
Tommy Rich
so I won't do a
feels that Tito
formal
Santana owes you a
outro.
big assist for getting
But I
to
do
that
want to thank
championship
everybody
match.
so much
just did what anybody
for
else would
popping
have done
on
in
for
my
the special
situation.
Wednesday
I saw
afternoon
something
stream.
happening that
Don't know
wasn't
when the
right.
next time I'll
I
stream
went
the
out there and I took
AWF
care of the
is.
situation.
But yeah, it'll be on YouTube and Twitch. Make sure to join me on Twitch only
canvas.
Tuesday at 9 p.m. for more WCW Deep Cuts Live.
Great champion he is.
The
And
link is
speaking
up
of great
there. If
champions,
you're not
America's
following
hero,
yet, please follow and
Sergeant
subscribe
Slaughter
if you don't
will be right
already.
back.
I will see you all